All right. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Socially Unacceptable But Sober podcast. My name is Dino. I'm an alcoholic.
I'm Jonathan. I am an alcoholic.
Matt, definitely alcoholic.
What's up, guys?
What's up, dude?
What's going on?
What's shaking?
The bacon.
Oh, boy.
What's shaking the bacon?
What's shaking the bacon?
Guys, don't forget,
Rhymes.
follow, subscribe, like, share, comment, anniversary dates. If you need help, let us know. Jonathan, my man here, is going to tell you how to do all that.
I'm going to grab that energy, take it over here, and I'm going to tell
resist. I'm going to resist.
Resist the efforts.
resist.
At Subs Podcast is our YouTube, Socially Unacceptable But Sober. TikTok, subs.podcast1. Instagram, subspodcast1. Our email address is subspodcast@gmail.com. And we are on all the streaming platforms. There's also video on Spotify, so you can watch the video. Apple Podcast, Amazon Music, all the other places that you get podcasts.
We're everywhere.
Yeah.
We are completely
As Matt would say, like dog shit.
like
All,
dog shit.
everywhere like dog shit.
Everywhere
All
like
around.
dog shit.
All around.
Awesome.
Like dog
So
shit.
he told you how to do it. He told you how to follow, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that stuff. Anniversary dates. If you got one, if you're coming up on one, if you just had one, let us know so we shout it out. We're very proud of you. If you need help, let us know. We have a guy. If you know somebody who needs help and they're willing to at least look at something, let us know. We will get them the help they need. We can help. As ugly and as crazy as we are, we actually can help people. Mm-hmm. It's a miracle. So what do we got tonight? We got a topic.
We got a topic.
We don't have any comments because this is a pre-recorded.
pre-recorded, man.
Pre-recorded.
They're all pre-recorded.
They're all
They are.
pre-recorded,
This
but
is a
this one is
pre-pre.
yeah.
Pre-recorded. And also, I want to shout this out, man. If you guys, if you're a professional or in a treatment facility and you like what you hear and you want to play it, by all means,
Yeah.
we
Yeah.
spread. We're out here spreading the message just for anybody. Anybody who wants to hear it can listen to it. You have the right to play it wherever. It's
Whatever.
not strictly prohibited or
Right.
whatever.
Nothing exclusive.
We are here to help, man.
Despite our
We're here to
logo,
help.
there is no parental advisory on this. Yeah, there is. There is parental advisory. Don't
your
listen
your
around
mom
your kids.
watches.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
So the way this works is one of us comes up with a topic. We all put in our 2 cents, which that's usually how much it's worth. And at the end of the show, the last 10 or 15, depending, one of us comes up with a one-time bro, which is a war story. We make a little light, little funny part of it, even though it's very serious. We're not proud of any of the things we did. So tonight's topic is going to be sponsored by none other than John
Nothing.
Uthen.
So my
I
topic,
can never just call him John.
I tried to
call him John
donate it
sometimes.
to
Never.
Matthew, but he didn't. It works.
Matt,
It works if you work it.
For you.
I tried to donate it, but he didn't want to take it, so I'm going to take it for my own. And we also
Topic.
the topic. I tried to donate it to you. I tried to give it to you. You told me
Earlier.
shut up.
When?
You told me shut up.
Later on.
Shut your mouth.
Later.
Earlier on. Later on.
Later on. In
Yeah,
the future.
You'll realize in
What
the
do
future.
you mean, my topic? I
You'll
just
know
got
now.
a topic.
No, I was trying to donate it to you. Anyway, my topic is not so much for it is for the newcomers to hear what is down the road, what comes with this journey that we take on recovery and sobriety. So my topic is gifts of sobriety.
Gifts
The
of sobriety.
gifts of sobriety. Like all the good, because we dive back into time, right? And we talk about some of the shit that's happened to us, and we talk about our experience and what is changed. But in reality, there are so many things that happen on a daily basis that are just gifts of this journey and the effort that you put in to get sober and then to remain sober. All that work does pay off, and we're 3 gleaming examples of that work. And we were at the men's spot the other night, and like you were saying, man, the energy was fucking phenomenal.
Fire.
And I got out of there feeling higher than a
It's
kite
phenomenal.
on no drugs. No drugs.
Phenomenal.
Get to the chopper.
We got to get out of here.
And so one of the gifts that I get in this recovery, one of the gifts that I get is that I get to wake up every morning, man, and I got idiots like you two texting me,
Yeah.
good morning, and I'm
You're
comparatively
a late bloomer. You're up so
comparatively,
late.
I am a late bloomer. I get up at fucking 7:00. Jesus Christ!
Wow.
And
like
I'm
almost
not
lunchtime.
moving. I'm eating breakfast. I'm eating dinner at that time. Yeah, so I get up at 8 and I got a phone full of messages. You know, we got a new guy. Shout out to James. And I asked him the other day if he types this out or he does the voice
types
effects.
it out.
He types it out and edits it and goes back and rereads it. Like, I shit you not, for anybody that's listening, it's like a paragraph. And normally,
3 or 4
It's
paragraphs,
fucking
actually.
like this.
yeah, and
on
I'm
the
like,
phone.
pump the brakes on this stuff with anybody else, but with his stuff, I'm like, this is fucking awesome, man. Because
It's
not
educational.
only it's educational, right? Then it's a share how he's going to practice this piece.
Yeah.
It's a quote,
Yeah.
and then he rounds
Joke.
off it with a joke.
Joke of the
The
day.
jokes are,
They're pretty good. They're hit or miss, but if they're hit, I let them know.
they're all dad joke equivalent. So you
They
can
are.
just
Yeah.
run with that.
They're good, clean
Yeah.
jokes. They're
Yeah,
good, clean
They are
jokes.
Super
good,
clean.
clean family fun,
But
and
this is a guy that's brand new.
Yeah.
brand fucking
And
new.
he is
Killing it.
doing the things that we talk about as far as jumping in the middle of this thing. You know?
Yeah.
And that's what's vitally important.
So that's just one of the smallest and minute gifts, right? And then I can review my history, right? Because I used to come in here and people would share about, like Dino says, got a life beyond my wildest dreams, and I'm like, you ain't got a Ferrari, you ain't got the Rolex. I don't want to hear this bullshit.
It's just
you're
not
talking
your wildest dreams.
Yeah, and then I started to realize, like, I have
mediocre dreams to me.
things in my life now that have changed, and this episode that we're recording now will, God willing, have come
Oh, absolutely.
out after, you know, my most recent gift has come and graced my presence. You know, the baby.
I'm here
is-
every week, bro.
God damn that was terrible.
What was that?
You
The
didn't
wrong
hear it?
button. I did. It was clapping.
Oh, it was clapping. It wasn't.
That's the
There
one.
we go.
That's the
There
one.
we go. Sorry. It sounds like water.
Yeah, your next blessing is
Yeah.
right around the corner.
Right
like any
around the
second.
corner.
Could he actually be even happening right now?
Jonathan,
The floor is wet.
the other gift, right? Like, I met this woman in active. Well, I was not sober. Let's just put it that way. I was not by
Anything but
any
sober.
imagination
You just sold
sober.
yourself well.
I was not. I was abstaining. I was a great salesman. I sold myself for a couple months.
It's
the-
amazing what a shower and
Put
a
the
haircut will
hook in
do.
her, and then it was all to the races.
And then I let the freak flag fly.
Yeah.
And so this woman agreed to marry me in sobriety. So that was a miracle and a blessing in
What is
itself.
wrong with
Silly
her?
girl.
I was afforded the opportunity for, like we said, we talked about that one time where we were, Friday comes, we're sober, and we're like, let's spend this money, man.
Dino.
Fuck yeah, we got this money, spend it. Rich. And I was
a
able to
night.
use that money that I saved in sobriety to buy the house that we're recording in right now. And I'm able also, and this is a piece I don't talk about, this wall that we sit in is shared with my pops. And my dad, along with
who can
my,
sleep through an earthquake.
Yeah.
has put up, my parents put up with a lot of my bullshit and a lot of the
fucked up
chaos.
cars.
A lot of fucked up cars. And, most important, we were talking, my dad and I were talking about the other night, it was that chaos, like he didn't know, what the call was coming from. And it was almost, and some people feel that relief when, you finally get the call, no matter who it is, at least you know where your kid's at. And I put him through so much shit that now in recovery, I am able to not support him, but he lives with us, right? We eat dinner every night together. We go out shopping together. He hangs out when I do these projects on my cars, and he's rocking out to his music, and I'm working on the car, and it's just like he's there, and I'm able to be a part of his life.
In a good way.
In a good fucking way, when in the past, man, and this is a funny story. So when I got sober, no. When I was the precipice of getting sober, I was limited toilet paper word of the day.
That took the stick-to-itiveness right over.
Almost sober.
I like stick to it, and it's better.
And I was limited. I had no wheels. I was in the boonies. I was in Putnam Lake, so I had no real route of getting stuff. I used to tell this one.
No horses to steal?
No horses to steal. No boats to ride to the other side of the lake. I had one guy that I would use when I'd get paid. I'd stop by an ATM. I'd stop at like the Putnam Lake Market, get some cash, and I'd leave it in an envelope in my mailbox on the sly. So like we had a picture window outside the house, and I couldn't let Ashley see that it was in the mailbox, And he would come pick it up, and then he'd go get me my shit, and then drop it back off in the mailbox. But I'd be
Super covert.
Johnny
super
Cash
cobra
shit
about
right
it.
Covert.
And I had the Putnam Lake liquor store was down the road, so I'd be running. Babe, I'm on my exercise kick. I'm going to start exercising again. I'm going for a jog. And she knew. She was like, "Oh, I'll come with you."
We're always the last one to
Come
know,
back,
dude.
smell like vodka from that run.
She would come with me, and I'd sprint fast so I could like make it there, and then like doing
Keep up. Keep
so
up already.
stupid, man.
I'm
But
gonna have to leave you at home. You can't keep up.
yeah. But my dad also lived in Putt Lake at the time, and regardless if he was there or not, I would fucking sprint
need
down
that.
to his house, and I would just run into the house. He would be sometimes he's older. He'd be taking a nap. I'd run in the living room, and I just grab whatever bottle was up on a shelf,
Just put it down.
and just run right back to my house like nothing happened, if I didn't have anything. And this was my visits with my father. Like, "Hey, Dad,"
Yeah,
and he's like, "What the fuck," and I'm out, and gone. And it was like, that sucks, man. So one of my biggest gifts in sobriety is being a son to my mom, and being a son to my father, being in people's lives, having people in my lives. And these are all things that I would never have had if I continued down the path I was going, because my circle shrunk and shrunk, smaller and smaller and smaller. People didn't want to be around me. People didn't hear my bullshit. Nobody laughed at my jokes anymore because they weren't fucking funny.
No.
And I was around trying to rob you.
Leave that alone.
Yeah, they laugh at them, Matt. They laugh at them now.
Now.
Pity laugh.
At least they care enough. They care enough to pity
I'm real
laugh.
with you. You're my friend. I'm real.
Yeah, you're right though, man. The blessings are unbelievable. They really are. It's 2 weeks ago, my brother called me up and said, "I need a favor from you."
Your brother Jonathan?
Yeah, Jonathan. Yeah.
Sweet
And
name. He's got a sweet name.
I was yeah, whatever you need. I'm not. He was like, "Can you take my boy, his sons? He has 2 twin boys. Can you take them to their t-ball game? I got to work." His wife was on vacation, and on my end, I'm like,
What?
Wow.
wow.
That's
Like,
crazy.
yeah, man, we've built a great relationship. That's my boy. My brother is my boy, man. I'll do anything for that kid. And my nephews, whatever. But for him to
huge.
like now he don't understand how it's huge to me.
course.
You know what I mean? And because this kid at one point said, "I don't want you around us anymore. If I see you, I'm gonna put a bullet in your head." And for him to like, that is not something I can touch and show.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Not
But,
materialistic.
man, I couldn't wait to do
Those
it.
are
Man.
the gifts that are for real.
And it's-
This, you go break it, it could whatever, but
Yeah.
that's in you for the rest of your life.
a lot of things, man. A lot of things like a couple of years into sobriety, because it took a little while for my dad, especially,
Yeah.
letting me use his car.
Yeah.
Bro, I'm the last person you ever wanted to put your car keys in my hand.
You just
Yeah, because
give it
that
my one time for
that
tonight.
shit was getting rented out. man.
Absolutely. And my poor dad, man, oh man, God rest his soul, man. That dude gave up a lot of cars, man. He really did. The very first time I rented out a car, it was my dad's car, and it had all his tools in it. He was a
Okay,
side
wow.
pump.
Empty.
It didn't come back at all. They never found that thing again. And come up with the bullshit lie.
Dino was like, I don't know what happened.
It wasn't me.
I staged the car jack. I went to a
staged
pay.
it?
It was back in when payphones were still around. Oh yeah, I went
Yeah.
to a payphone and I beat the shit out of my face. And I called 911, and then I called my dad. I said, "I just got carjacked." He's like, "Call the police." Said they're on the way.
Oh, God,
I
the
ran with
lengths that we will go.
and then he gets a new car, not a new one, but he gets another car, and then I do it again.
You got carjacked again?
You would think I would try that. I was at a party. I lost the keys. Always coming up with
Yeah.
something. But like, it would always be a little bit of time till I would build up, like, give it some time
Yeah.
before I ask for that
Get that
car again.
trust.
Yeah.
And it would be stuff like that. I just need to go get a package. Can you
be
take
right
me?
back.
Can you take me? I would wait for a soccer game to come on.
Yeah, when he can't
Because
take
he
you.
ain't,
Yeah,
he
take
ain't
it.
moving from the
Yeah.
soccer game.
Hey, Dad,
I'm like,
you take
Dad,
it?
I need a pack of cigarettes. Can you take me?
Just take the car.
He'd be like, hold on. I'm like, ugh. I was like, here, can I just run down the street?
right back.
And he'd go like this with the keys. He'd be like, Dino, okay?
Okay.
Okay? And I'm like, nah, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about
I'm
it.
done.
right back.
And I had to be 11, 12 cars on that guy, poor guy.
Oh, my God.
So that was another blessing when my dad was like, here, take my car.
Yeah.
And it's just like, again, they don't know how big that is. But to
Right.
me, and I'm like, you're letting me. I didn't even ask. You're offering me.
Yeah.
Like, what's going on here? The blessings, man.
You know,
They're
for
just
me,
endless.
one time talking about cars, it had nothing to do with a family. It had nothing to do with a history with this person. It had to do with they met me for
Now,
who I am.
yes,
today.
Yeah,
right,
the-
right,
I,
right,
I,
right.
now.
I was tattooing this guy,
Yeah.
and I told him we got this big trip, Florida. I need a truck. I got to tow 2 bikes. Other than the relationship that I built with him, tattooing him and his wife, he didn't know me from a can of paint.
Yeah, from Adam, right?
Furthermore, police officer.
Oh.
God's honest truth.
Wow.
This guy
Wow.
says to me,
I
Wow.
got a truck.
I got a truck, you can use
That's
my
fucking
truck.
crazy.
Wow.
I was like, man, you know, like he couldn't see my fucking heart explode in my chest.
Yeah, man.
Of course, I didn't take it, but like the idea that have I become this?
Yeah.
Am I?
That's another
am
thing.
I normal?
That's another thing.
Someone
That's-
could look at me in the light to say I can trust this stranger with my vehicle.
That's another thing we're always the last one to know.
Yeah.
We're always the last one to know that everybody else can see it. I can't see it.
No.
Yeah.
And it brings us right back to
Yeah.
the other fucking episode.
Yeah.
Just like I'm so ingrained in the negative.
Yeah.
I can't see that there's a
The day Maritza offered me her key to her place,
Yeah.
you got to ask her because I won't do it right. I was like, no, I'm cool. And she's like, why? I'm like, nah, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Because something happens, I don't
You
want to get
gonna blame
blamed
me?
for it. She's like, well, what's going to happen? I'm like, anything can happen.
Anything.
Anything can happen.
I don't wanna
Anything
be
can
part
happen.
of
She's
it.
like, what? Okay, whatever.
Yeah.
She felt horrible. Like, she felt
I
that
thought you were on some shit against her.
against her.
Yeah.
And it took me a while. She gets it now, but
Yeah.
it took me a while. And I still get a little bit weirded out when like my job give me the security code for the thing. I'm like, I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it because something's gonna happen. And you're definitely gonna think it's me.
Yeah. Huge
And
one,
my job don't know me from Adam either.
right.
You know what I
A
mean?
huge one for me was when I got the key back to my mother's house. And then I always used to say, not only did I get the key, but I got the code to go with it.
Whoa,
Because I was not allowed on her street anymore.
that's crazy.
You know what I mean? Like, I remember I walked into our store one time and it was right near the panic button for the alarm. She said, don't take another step. Leave. Just leave right now. You know what I mean? And then, like, so when these things get to come full circle,
Yeah, they're so uncomfortable.
they
it's
are.
weird.
They-
Because
Weird as
I
shit.
don't know how to receive. I am used to you saying you're a piece of
Get
shit.
out.
Yeah.
Right. That I understand that. I can take that with a grain of salt.
Yep,
But when
I
you
get it.
say, "Hey, man, here," or I'm welcoming you into my life
Yeah.
on an intimate level. I didn't know how to understand that, which is why I always talk about when I showed up here. Right. I didn't even know how to say I need help.
Right.
I was unaware. I didn't have the ability to do that. Then I became the parrot that I was so good at being. And, oh, yeah, I need help. I didn't need no help. I didn't want no help. I might have needed it, but I didn't want it.
Yeah.
But then when I genuinely wanted it, I didn't know how to
Yeah.
take it.
Yeah.
I didn't know when someone was being genuine to offer the help. I
Yeah.
felt real uncomfortable, man, because A, I'm not worthy, I'm not deserving, and you know what? I'm going to probably fuck up anyway.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
save your time and your effort.
Yeah. Keep your
Right.
key.
Yeah.
I don't want that.
Because I'm going to rob the shit
I'm
out
gonna
of
rob
it.
this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It could. I'm gonna screw this up.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was giving her my key. I was like, here's the key, here's the key, here's the key.
Yeah.
And she's like, you gave me your key, here's my key. I'm like, nope. I'm
Nope.
good.
Nope.
No, thanks. Nope. I'm good. I don't want to know nothing. I don't want to know nothing. But the blessings, dude, they are consistent, constant, and they keep going
And they
all
get
the
bigger.
time. Sometimes I don't even know their blessings till later on.
Yeah.
Then I'm like, wow.
Imagine.
That's awesome. You know what I mean? And nothing that comes down the line is not a blessing.
Yeah.
Nothing.
Good, bad, and different.
Good, bad, or indifferent.
Yeah.
Everything is an opportunity. It's
Yeah.
a blessing. And opportunities are blessings, you know.
Yeah.
And they just don't stop. They just don't stop. The blessings of, and we talked about it on an episode that, anyway, the connection that I didn't have. And now, because I could watch it, I'll go back in time all the time in the beginning and watch where it started to where it's at right now, how much it's already grown, the connection with HP. And still say, you know, that guy, and still say it can't get bigger and better than that. It's amazing right now.
Yeah.
And then a couple of months from now, I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it just, like the monetary things, great, man. I couldn't hold on to any of these things.
No.
I couldn't hold on to a house, a car, nothing. I couldn't hold on to $1, dude. I couldn't hold on to $1. And now it's just so different, man. It's just so different. And that brings me back to, 'cause this is how it all started. You know what I mean?
But also being afraid, I always remember, I used to say all the time, man, I was afraid to have hope. I was afraid to think that things could get better because you know why? They're going to fuck up.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to end bad.
Yeah.
Because it always did.
Always did.
And, you know, if that's, they always say, like, you know, the words you speak are the words you think. If you keep putting that out, then that's all you could get back.
That's it.
You know, and man, it's such a hard habit to break.
It is.
You know?
And as you know, if you look at us in our active days, we are categorically the most unreliable, thieving, lying, scummy,
I was reliable.
reliable
fuck.
to do the fuck shit. Yeah.
You can count on me.
Guaranteed.
Like at the hey yo, you hook me up? Sure will. See you in a week. But then you come in, so like for anybody that's new that's listening, you come in here, man, you have the capacity to go beyond, like to be so accountable, to be so reliable, to be so like my go-to person, the go-to person for so many people in your life that you were never, that you can't even begin to grasp that. Like people rely on us on a daily basis.
For advice.
Support.
That
for
always
open
cracks
arms.
me up.
Yeah.
You're calling me. Like I tell people, a lot of people ask me about this thing.
Yeah.
And I say, you know, man, my two boys, they came up with it. And then they invited me in on it.
Yeah.
I said, it was literally today I was saying to someone, I said, sometimes people think I actually have something good to say. I don't fucking know where that came from. You know?
Crazy, man. We have
Yeah.
amazing lives, man.
And that's what we bring to the table, man. So like it, and as we talked about the last episode, you know, like just hang out a little bit, let the dust settle. All that shit you think is so big and so overwhelming and needs to happen right now, it doesn't.
Right.
It'll take its time.
It
It'll
won't
fix
even matter in
itself.
a year.
It won't even matter.
in a year.
Yeah.
Sometimes it
A
won't
week.
matter tomorrow.
Yeah. 5 minutes it'll be a fucking
You know, they always say,
afterthought.
like, the biggest catastrophe that would make me drink on the normal, if you could just breathe, Yahweh, if you could just breathe through it.
Yeah.
I don't breathe. I don't breathe
Is
that
it
way.
Yewa?
Breathe.
Yewa,
Take
whatever.
a step back.
Just breathe however you breathe. And then you get through it, and that pressure, it's gone.
Yeah.
It's like someone turned the knob, they released the pressure, it's not so bad.
Not so
And then you become this amazing fucking person that you can count on to come take care, watch the house, take the keys to the car,
Listen,
hold the
I got to
access to the
interrupt you
money.
real quick. Remember when we were here a while back, and they wanted to give us the code to the door?
Yeah.
I said, I don't want it.
Yeah.
Oh, you both
You
didn't
remember?
want it. Yeah.
I said, man, I don't want that fucking code.
Yeah.
You know, it is what it
Position
is.
of it.
Let's
Yeah.
not talk about
Cut it
that
out.
anymore.
All right,
cut
cut
that
it
shit out.
Anyway.
So back to that. Yeah, back to that.
I
blessings.
Think, sometimes there's a song by Garth Brooks, Unanswered Prayers. Because a lot of times I think I want something, I want this gift in my life, and I don't get it. And I'm like, man, that sucks. I didn't get what I wanted. And then later on down the road.
Later on
down the road.
Tongue like I broke down.
You start talking about Garth Brooks, and then that twang just comes out, and we got a bit of talk like this,
Well,
baby.
dang, 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 dang.
We got to talk about that.
So, and then you realize, man, I'm way better off that I didn't get that. That's a gift. The gift that you didn't get is a gift.
Yeah.
And that's the it sounds so round of circles. The gift of knowing that you didn't need that thing in
Right,
your life
right.
is so
But you stuck around long enough to see that
find
is
that
a
out,
gratitude.
to learn that, right?
You know, in the beginning of my recovery, the place I was in, Viewpoint Recovery Program, after 3 months, you had to go look for work. You had to go look for work, and nobody was hiring him. Felon, you know what I mean? Then the place shut down. Now I really got to go look for work because the shelter's like, hey, you know, we're gonna hold you for a little while, but you got to get out there.
kick in.
And I would get a job, and then the first one, Buffalo Wild Wings. They were like, "You're
B-dubs,
hired,
baby.
We need you. You're hired." I call my sponsor. I'm like, "Yeah, I got a job, bro." He's like, "Oh man, fantastic! I'm so proud of you. I'm so happy."
know where this
He's like, "Where is it?" Yeah, I tell this all the time. I'm like, "Buffalo Wild Wings." He's like, "Ooh, no, bro, no." He's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have
alcohol
to.
in there.
You're gonna have to call him." I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "Is there alcohol there?" I'm like, "Well, yeah." He's like, "Well, what's your job?" I'm like, dishwasher, bringing ice to the bar, stuff like that. He's like, "Dude, and what are the hours?" And he's going on. I'm telling him, and he's like, "Yeah, you're gonna have to call him and tell him thank you for the opportunity. You're not gonna be able to take the job." I'm like, "Are you out of your mind, bro? I need this job, and you don't know him." And he said, "You said you were willing to do whatever I told you to do, right? You said it, so call him up." And I did it. I never took the job, and I told him thank you. I was mad, bro.
But
I was
yet-
very upset. But I seen the blessing later on, not that day or but a couple of weeks later. I was like, "You're right, man. That was a stupid idea."
But the amazing gift in your life was you listened.
I listen.
But you were just
Whoa.
telling me a story outside. Did you know about this guy's business endeavor?
Yeah, he knew about it. Yeah. When I opened a bar with that dude Scott.
You want to know something? I saw him last night. Or
Where?
2 nights ago.
Where?
At Frankie's.
Back to yeah, when I opened the
Claps
bar.
before he started. I love that.
When I opened the bar, yeah,
Got
Matt
trained
knows.
well.
Matt knows
Oh,
about when I
I
opened the
told
bar.
him right away.
Pavlov's dog.
Dumb.
Yeah.
Bad move.
Then after the Buffalo Wild Wings, I got a job in the Stanford Mall at a chocolate place. That's all it was. It was a candy store. I worked there for a day and a half. The hours still conflicted.
He retired.
No,
Took his
they
pension.
fired me. My background check came back. They're like, "You can't work there."
Oh, they fucking hired you and then fired you after.
It was
even
it
sell
was
chocolate.
during Christmas, so they had to hurry up and hire
Such
people.
A loser.
Oh,
You can't even
my
sell
God.
candy.
Can't even sell chocolates. Chocolate. What am I gonna do with chocolate? Nobody wants to buy chocolate. Drug dealers don't take
Listen,
chocolate.
I'll steal the shit out of some chocolate.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I'll find a way to sell that chocolate. So, and I was damn, you know what I mean? Like, why
Poor
me?
me.
Why
Poor
me?
me.
And it's like, I'm so happy that happened today. And then I got a job bringing tile from floor to floor at some of the construction. I'm like, wow, this is Monday through Friday during the day, good to go. 2.5 days later, they come up to me like, yeah, background came back. Can't have you on this job site. And I'm like, are you kidding me right now? Are you literally kidding me right now? Bro, I'm losing my mind, bro, because, my ex-wife was on my back, child support. It's been like 6-7 months. I've been in contact with them. They know I'm supposed to be working.
Yeah.
And he was like, sorry, the committee, the investors, they don't.
Yeah.
And it's crazy because
Liability.
out in Stanford, there's all illegal people working out there. So I'm like, you want to tell me nobody here got a record? He's like, everybody's clean here.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, I can't get a job, man. Consequences of my actions. That's what my sponsor kept telling me too. He's like, this is your fault.
Record to your
This
past.
is yours.
This is your
This
fault.
is your shit, dude.
Yeah.
You know what I
This
mean?
is your fault.
He's like, you can't be mad at people. And I wasn't. I was
You were
genuinely
disappointed.
on myself. I was like, damn.
Yeah.
I really messed up, man. But no more. I'm not going to keep doing that, man.
Right.
Eventually, something's going to happen. It was like almost a year and a half later. I didn't have a job, bro. A year and a half later when I came back here and the tile. That was
boy.
my first job. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Sometimes, oh man, you know what? Sometimes you need a little help.
And dude, when I look back at all of that, I go, man, I'm so grateful, man.
But
God loves me.
and
man.
that in itself, man, hits the nail on the head. That in itself is the gift of sobriety, because that is the gift of patience. That's something I never had in my life. And my first year, as a lot of people do, they get into after I had a year sober, I got into the field of recovery and counseling and all that stuff. And I never would have had that patience to sit through a 1-year credentialing. Dude, I dropped out of my dad signed me up because he was a real estate broker, signed me up for a real estate course. I went down to White Plains for I
20
actually
minutes?
no, I did it for like 6 weeks because
Oh,
there was
wow.
like a hot chick in the class.
yeah, of course.
And then they had a test, and I was like, yeah, I'm good at this. I'm not fucking taking a
Nobody
test. You
told
kidding
me there was a test.
And now I am granted the gift of that patience, as I still have a year left in my master's program, but it's not that big of a deal, man. It's a year. I know that there's an objective, there's a goal at the end of that,
Light at the end of the tunnel.
and I'm willing to take a day at a time, a week at a time, a month at a time. And I don't get time off. I get in between semesters. I get a week. I get a week off. I take summer classes. I take fall classes. I take winter classes, spring classes. I'm
You know
always
what,
in school.
Tudo?
man.
You have developed a little faith in yourself
Yeah.
along the way.
You let
Because
time be time.
You could commit to something, and you're
Yeah.
going to put the work in.
I show
and
up.
The day's going to come, the accomplishment at the end.
Yeah.
And that's what it's about.
That's right.
you know?
That's right. And time.
Time, man.
You know,
Things I must earn,
and-
man.
and-
Got to earn
and-
these things.
You know, right away, I'm going to use myself in this. When you hear someone like Jonathan say the gifts, right away, I'm thinking car,
Yeah.
whatever. You know, all
Yeah.
the price tag things.
Yeah.
Right. Shiny.
And you know, some of the best, all of the best gifts have nothing to do with a nickel.
Yeah.
Zero.
I remember you talked about patience, and I can never not think about my grandfather. I come home from prison, and I've talked about this before, about my uncle and my grandfather. And I go visit my grandfather. He's home,
Right.
and I don't like his situation. He's by himself. You know, he's in his 80s.
Yeah.
And I go to my uncle. What the fuck is going on with Grandpa?
We got to fix this shit.
You gotta fix it.
Yeah,
you
yeah,
got to
yeah,
fix
yeah,
this shit.
I'm just here to point it out.
Here to tell you.
I don't want no trouble, right? I said, someone.
I just want to show you where you're
I'm
failing.
gonna let you know where you fucked up.
After I got out of prison.
After I literally just got home from prison a week ago, I said, someone should be living with him. He instantly goes, "You're right.
You should be
Why
living.
don't you move in there?" So I'm like, this is where you got me fucked up.
Yeah. You got
There's this
twisted,
video
homie.
online. I'm sure people have seen it where this chick is going, you know, you go down this road here, you take a left, and then there's this tree, and you take another left, and right here,
Yeah.
this is where you got me fucked up. And that's where my uncle had me fucked up. And then my ego kicked in, and I thought, you know what?
Save the
I'm gonna
world.
I'll save the day, baby.
I'm gonna literally save the day.
Rip
I'm
open
gonna
the shirt,
get
the S on my
cape
chest. Yeah.
No, first put my cape on first.
Oh, first the kid.
And then I'm going to fly in there and I'm going to take care of everything. And the beauty was that my grandfather was still on the ball enough to let me know we don't really need all that yet.
We're doing
So
you-
why don't you fall back there?
We're doing you a
Superman?
favor, buddy.
Yeah. You're living in my house. Why don't you shut the fuck up?
That's where you got him fucked up.
But you know what he did, man? He did more for me than he
Yeah.
would ever know.
Right.
Because I had no patience in my life. Ever. If there's one thing that I was always told, you got to get some patience, motherfucker, because you don't have none.
100 miles an hour, bro.
And then you know what, man? This old man broke it down.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he
You gotta have patience
I had
with an
patience,
80-year-old man.
And you know what, man? I learned a word from a sponsor of mine, altruism. And I remember that saying, I can't even say it right, let alone spell it or use it in a sentence. So I don't know what's going on here. And that is just basically the act of doing or giving to someone else with no expectation of any return.
Mm-hmm.
And you know, my grandfather was always great for a return. And when I was younger, I go by, slip of 50. Whatever the case may be, I know I could go knock on his door at 10 o'clock at night and wake him up and say, Grandpa, I need some gas. He would get up, wake my grandmother up and say, we got to go. And come fill my tank. Well, you know what, man? All those things were gone now. He was not in that ability.
Right.
That stage of his life was done.
Right.
And I was able to be there for him. I love to talk about him because
I love hearing about it,
there's
man.
never a bigger gift in my life than like you were here for your father. And then when you were talking about him, that's all I could think about was my
relationships.
grandfather.
Yeah.
Is you know what, man? At the end, you know what he's gonna remember? He ain't gonna remember all your shit. He's gonna remember, man. My kid stepped up.
Yep.
He made a place for me,
That's
and
right.
he was there for me.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's what he's gonna remember. When he goes to sleep at night, that motherfucker. Well, we know Tonto, But he's able to smile sometimes
Yeah.
and say, "Man, my kid's all right."
And he can rest easy.
That's right.
That's also gifts that everybody else gets too.
Yeah.
While we start getting gifts,
They get them.
they get them too.
Yeah.
Like,
And I can't take all the credit for this either, because when we started looking for houses, Ashley was very adamant. She's like, "Well, is there a live-in apartment there? Is there something available there?"
for him.
And I'm like, "You're fucking crazy."
well, dude, that's a man thing, bro. Men never think when it's father and son.
Yeah.
They don't think like that.
Yeah.
It's not like because you always see that as a father figure. Like you should have your own shit going on, bro. I'm the one who needs the help.
Yeah.
I can't help you.
Yeah,
You know,
your dad, the superhero.
blessings, man. They don't stop. Is that the time?
It's about that time, baby.
That went too fast, too fast. But it's all good, and the blessings keep going. So okay,
But just to reel it back real quick, though, when you're new and you're freshly climbed out of the shit pile, just look at the smallest of things.
smallest.
Start changing
Basics.
the way you look at your daily life. It's real easy to say, yeah, man, I've been a fuck up for 20 years and stay focused on all those fuck ups.
The past.
Or you could say, hey, man, I made it to a meeting tonight.
I didn't get
I
high
showed
today.
up at work today.
I didn't drink. I didn't get high. I had a roof over my head. I got food.
Smallest of things.
Smallest of things.
But they end up to be huge.
And they do. If you stay in that path, those smallest of things, and we call them small things, they're huge.
They're huge. But
they will continue, and it will be easier to start seeing the bigger ones. It'll be so easy to start seeing the bigger
Every
ones.
single day, anybody that starts talking to me and they're I don't want to say they're bitching, but they're bitching about how horrible or terrible life is. I instantly I cut them off. I said, listen, it can be way worse. And you know what, man? Even for a split second, that stops them dead. And they
it's
say,
the
you know
truth.
what? You're right.
That's the truth.
They might go back to bitching when they leave me, but
Yeah.
at least for that moment in time, we put a
They got
pause
a
on
break.
it.
Took a break from
Yeah.
the negative.
Took a break.
All right, guys. Again, follow, like, subscribe, share. Jonathan told you how to do it. That was our topic, was blessings. I know we got to get some good comments from that, because there is people that are very blessed out there that we know that listen to this
Let's
show.
hear about it.
Absolutely. Let's hear about it. If you need help, let us know. We got a guy. We're going to end the show like we usually do with a one-time bro segment. And I think tonight is
I'm going to bring him back.
sponsored by Matt.
Matt.
To you.
Matty.
What do you got for
I like
us,
your
buddy?
little shake of the head.
To you.
Ew.
Matt, to you.
And I will pass it to you. Stay classy, San Diego.
Oh, San Diego.
Go fuck yourself, San Diego. Damn it. Who put that on the teleprompter?
All right.
One time.
Old
One
Ron
time.
Burgundy.
I had one in mind, but then you talked about the job, and you're anytime you talk about some shit, it gets my brain on some shit. So I'm in this 3/4 house in Middletown because life is great.
Winning.
I'm fucking killing it.
Winning.
I got this room. I am killing it. Single room,
Oh, you are. Ball.
like a condo
Yeah.
for one
Yeah.
room. So I'm going to meetings. I'm perpetrating like a motherfucker. I meet this guy. We actually went through the same program together. He had a life waiting for him when he was done. I did not. I had my one room at this hellhole that was so full of mental health people.
Yeah.
There was nothing to do with really recovery or addiction.
Yeah.
It was strictly mental health. Maybe they were telling me something. I don't know.
Hello, McFly.
Mental. Yeah.
So anyway, this guy, I don't remember his name, but he was real nice to me. He must have had pity because I was fucking pathetic. And he knew I went to school to be a toolmaker. He's like, he was an electrician. And he said, I just did a bunch of electrical work at this forging company. I know I can get you a job. I was like, holy Christ.
Hell yeah.
Right? That's like lotto.
Run it.
I said, bet. So I go meet the people. It's a forging company. You know what forging is?
I used to be a metal forger.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I did not know what it meant.
Yeah.
You know? It's where they take
pour
round.
steel?
No, you take round stock, you
Yeah,
heat it
billets.
up, and you smash it
Smash
to
it.
make a piece.
Oh.
so
With
it's
dies.
solid metal.
With dies. Both top and bottom have
Smash.
a shape. It
Yeah.
makes a shape.
So now it's a solid piece
Yeah.
of metal
Yeah.
in
Nice.
the shape. So
Great job.
Probably using some precious metals too.
Titanium. Yeah. Some.
not this place. This
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
Adamantium.
all steel. Anyway,
Aluminum.
irrelevant. We're off track. I get a tour of the company. I give him my background. He's like, "Bet, gotcha." So I figure now that the worst job in the building was feeding steel into the fire.
Hot.
I figure worst case scenario, that's me.
Yeah.
But I'm cool. I'm looking for some money.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
I show up Monday morning. This motherfucker, excuse me, hands me a pair of work gloves, a fucking sledgehammer, and some safety glasses. I'm like,
Going old school here.
we ain't feeding metal into the machine, I don't think.
Yeah.
He brings me out back, outside. I'm not even in the building.
Nice.
And there's a bunch of rejected concrete slabs, rejected sidewalks. You're going to bust them up. Because they use the rocks to tumble the parts.
Yeah. Shot. Yeah. They make shot out of it.
I'm fucking breaking sidewalks with a fucking sledgehammer.
I mean, ripped, man.
I'm like, yo, there's fucking other people in this building that don't even, I can't get into none of that, but I'm feeling I'm better than somebody.
Yeah, of course. Of course.
And you got me out here fucking breaking rocks.
Ego
With a
kicks right in,
sledgehammer.
baby.
I'm like, nah. But I'm doing it. I get my partner, I get him a job. So my best thinking is, now I'm going to turn it into a hustle. We start having a competition who could break a bigger chunk down quicker for $20 a clip. So I'm making 100 extra throughout the week just on this kid because he can't swing a sledgehammer for shit.
Nice.
Now I'm getting resentful
To the place.
to the place. They're doing me wrong.
100%.
I deserve way better. So now I'm checking the layout of the place.
Oh, yeah.
They had just built a new building where they were doing specialized work. And I'm looking at the structure and I'm thinking, I can get into this thing without even trying. So
Oh, man.
we had a friend that had a car, and I put the scheme together. I said, there ain't nobody here at night. And it was out in the back. There ain't no cameras. They just finished building the structure, but it was full of shit. All it took was a fucking pry bar.
That's it.
Yep.
Did not even have to leave a scratch
What
on
was
the
in
door.
there?
All kinds of machines.
Considerate,
tools.
man. Very considerate.
They were very considerate to make it so easy.
No, you
You
were.
were.
Not making
Not
a
leaving a
scratch.
scratch.
Right? No,
Yeah,
no
it's
evidence.
thoughtful. Yeah.
So
Very considerate.
Yeah.
we load up the car. I'm taking roll-away toolboxes,
Beautiful.
all kinds of shit.
Oh, man.
Car's loaded, right? And then we dump off. And I'm like,
Let's go back.
it was so easy. We got to go back.
Clean it out.
We went back the next day. Got him again real good. And this brings us back to your going to the pawn shop because I don't care.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I had this fucking aluminum welder that was new. They weren't welding aluminum yet. This thing was worth mad money. I got beat taking $1,200 for it. I found out later.
Was it worth like 20 grand?
Yeah, it was
Oh,
insane.
man.
Well, I don't know what it was
Pawn
worth, but it
shops.
was insane. Anyway, we had a nice little come up. I got about 4,000, right? And I'm thinking, I'm good. Now the person with the car was a female, and this kid that was with us, my partner, had the hots for her. So after we split up the money, he makes this grandiose gesture, buys flowers, and he's trying to hook up with her, and she's like, nah, I'm good. Well, homeboy got depressed. He went to go get high over it. He got busted. Oh. So now I'm sweating.
Yeah.
This guy is going to drop dime.
Absolutely.
Sing like a canary.
He did not.
Wow.
But that don't matter. I didn't find that out till too late.
Hmm.
In my head,
He did.
he did. So what do? I go right to the spot. I cop an ounce. Shortly thereafter, I'm on a Greyhound.
Oh, you ran.
Ran.
See ya.
You didn't even have to.
Didn't even have to. I literally turned my whole life upside down for no reason
Wow.
at all. The kid held his mud.
Wow.
On a rumor based in your head.
Rumor based, and I built it up so huge. So, yeah.
When I'm
That was
alone,
my
I'm
one
with an
time.
idiot.
I am alone. I'm so special. I'm alone with 2 idiots.
Oh my God, that is hilarious, man.
That is.
The one time Matt thought he was on the run. and he
Wasn't
didn't
even
have
on
to
the
be.
lam.
He was on the run.
I was, but
He
I
was
didn't
running
have
from
to be.
himself.
Yeah, running from his head.
All right, guys, that was a good one. Again, don't forget, subscribe, follow, share, like, love, comment, anniversaries. If you need help, we got a guy. I don't know what episode this one is because it's pre-recorded. And I think the only thing I have left to say is thank you for being a friend.